What is your family saying when you leave the room? Pick a card. Here are your piles. We'll see you in your reading. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out, what is your family saying when you leave the room? Now, this first family member, they are emotionally imbalanced right now. There's something that has happened between you and this family member that's causing them to feel very much so out of balance. What they're saying about you is that you are someone who is chaotic, you're unruly. They feel like you're making all these decisions without them. You're just independently calling your own shots in your own life, and that bothers them because they want to be able to call the shots for you. Maybe in the past you allowed them to do that, but you stopped and made those changes. They're also saying that you may be presenting yourself as someone who's a nurturer, very loving, very comforting, and stuff like that. They remember when you were very selfless. You gave to others, and you gave to others at the expense of yourself. So that's some of the things that they remember about you as a person. But I'm thinking with this imbalance, with this partnership, somehow you shifted where you're still loving, but you're loving to yourself now. Rather than putting yourself last, you put yourself first. That's the switch that's taken place that has caused this type of imbalance with you and this family member. They're also saying that you're trying to live this leisurely life, something that's comfortable for you, but really you're like a player that just moves around and goes from place to place and makes decisions all over the place, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. You have this family member who they're focused on turning up. They want to be caught up in, the sex, drugs, and alcohol, all the surface pleasures, and basically whatever they're feeling internally, they're just covering that over with these surface pleasures. That's this type of family member. This family member is saying that they're looking you up and they're trying to find information on you and see what you got going on, but they are saying that you're undercover, and your life that you're presenting right now, Pile 1, is an illusion. You may claim that you're manifesting the life that you want, but it's all an illusion. It's fake. They're also saying that you were very rash in your decision making when you took certain types of actions. You don't think before you make decisions, and that's what they're saying about you. You have this other family member who you had to escape and run from. And I get on skirt, not only did you have to escape, the second meaning on this card is that they like to escape accountability. They're saying that you're presenting yourself as someone who knows their direction in life. You're making progress because you know where you're headed. That you're trying to operate in a way that is fair in your life and just. You deserve to be able to direct your own life. So you feel that that is just, that is fair, that is balanced. But they're saying that that's all hypocrisy and it's just all a disguise, that you seem like you know where you're going in the direction of it. This particular family member is someone that you've ghosted, someone that you've had to do a disappearing act on because there's stuff that they've done to you that has caused them to be ghosted. This particular family member is saying that you are presenting yourself as someone that's going on your own inner path. You're following your own way of life. And you're not following the path of the family or the direction of the family, and you're using your own insight. They're saying that despite you being on your own path, you're someone who's very ruthless and cruel because you probably had to leave your family behind in order to be on your own path, since your family wouldn't allow you to be on your own path. They were trying to block you from going on your own way to doing what makes you happy. They're also saying that, you know, you're developing your plans and trying to be encouraging, and you're skilled enough to be this trainer because you know how to create blueprints, you know how to use practical steps and wisdom in order to make your life better. But it was, they're saying, at the cost of you being cruel and ruthless is what they're saying. And I say cruel and ruthless is because you had to cut them off in order to have the life you have. You have this particular family member that wants to have a heart-to-heart with you. They want to have a deep conversation. They want to be blunt and honest about the separation. I'm assuming some of these family members you had to separate from because they were not in agreement with the way you live your life now. They're saying that you're trying to explore what works for you in your life. You're trying to get to know yourself and figure out what's in alignment for you. They're saying that you have found out some type of truth that has caused you to be in separation with them, but you're not saying anything about that. And they're saying that you're just really this lost soul that doesn't really know what they're doing. You're confused, you're struggling. You may claim that you're someone who values truth and you want family members to be truthful with you, and that's just a cover. You have this other family member who's very extra, they're dramatic. They're extreme when it comes to a lot of different things. You make certain decisions, they go off and fly off on the handle because it doesn't go their way. It's this type of family member. They're saying that you're moving in silence like this ninja. You're not telling the family members your moves. And the reason is because you're trying to get this restart. You're trying to restore your life back to balance. You're trying to repair what was broken in your life previously. Maybe there was a lot of chaos, maybe a lot of struggle with your health, maybe a lot of problems with everything. Could be your work, could be just relationships in general. There was just a lot of problems that you needed to take some time and be by yourself. They're saying that you making that choice to restore your life back to balance was a bad choice. Spirit, are there any other descriptions you'd like to give me about these family members? Some family members that work in the government. I got someone who's a muscular family member, Asian, Cancer, Caucasian, someone in the healthcare industry, someone in a religious cult. Your family members are in a religious cult. A stranger. Okay. And I get on stranger, it's now that your family member is, you treat your family member like a stranger. So I'm getting on this that you went no contact with this family member. I got in-laws as well. Some your family members are in a hobby, some type of hobby community. Someone has dark wavy hair. Are there any takeaways you'd like to give to pile 1, Spirit? I am honest with myself and others. In order for you to make your life balanced, fair, and just, you definitely need to be honest with yourself and figure out what it is that you need in order to make that life what you want to make it. Those are the messages I have for you, pile 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Plus comment if any of these messages resonated with you. I offer personal readings and the details are in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out, what is your family saying when you leave the room? Now, this first family member, they're saying that they reach this light bulb moment where they have this awareness or this realization about you. They're saying you aren't someone who's loving because it's in reverse. They're saying you have no love. You don't have love for yourself. You don't have love for your family. They're saying you may be operating what is fair and just for your life by making your own decisions and not gathering any feedback from anyone else. You know, you present yourself as someone who has wisdom, has experience. You focus on having good health and stuff like that. But the reality is you may have, wisdom, you may have justice, but you don't have any love. That's what they're saying about you. This family member here with repossession, this is the type of family member who they took your vehicle and they were driving it and you repossessed it back. So that vehicle is your life. So you snatched your life back from this particular family member. This particular family member is saying that you're this person who's a spiritual leader, or at least you present yourself as this spiritual leader, someone who has deep insight and you know how to lead yourself. They're saying that you are exploring and you're looking for truth in your life and just going through experiences in life and learning from them. But they're saying that you shouldn't be going this path. You really should be consulting them as a family member, allowing them to drive your life, because you need to be operating like an employee, not a boss. You have this family member, supersize me. They're very excessive, overindulgent. They don't have any boundaries. They just do whatever. And they don't have any limits on the things that they do. This particular family member is saying that you are someone who tries to make things happen, but it's all an illusion. You may make it seem like you know how to make good decisions in your life and you know how to direct it, but it's all fake. They're saying that you're this guide, this mentor. You know how to create blueprints, create practical steps to be able to meet goals in life, and that you have this energy, this growth, and all this potential and this vitality. This is what they're saying you're presenting, but they're saying that's all false. You have this family member who they're swept up in their emotions. They're very intense right now. They're very upset because, especially if they're the type of family member that wants to control you and they can't because you're not allowing them to control you. This type of family member who's swept up in their emotions, they're saying that you're someone that's being manipulative. You're in all these type of schemes and plots. They're saying that you're really trapped, like someone who's a criminal in jail. You're a fraud. And they're saying that you're creating all these blueprints and these plans and construction, and you can create whatever plans you want, is what the family member is saying. Oh, but you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're still trapped. You have this particular family member who you had to say bye Felicia to. You had to leave them behind because most likely they were unhealthy for you. This particular family member is saying that you're trying to make it seem like you're someone who is an expert on spirituality, but really you're an alleviator. You cause lots of problems for the family. You come in and out. Sometimes you're nice, and then other times you say you're setting boundaries, but really you're just selfish. They're saying that they remember when you were selfless and very loving. You would put them before you. And they really love that side of you, but they see that now that love that you have, you're giving it to yourself now. Since you've been empty for so long and you've been giving out, you have not been receiving. They're saying that you are someone who is disloyal to break these bonds with your family like that. And you're also deceitful because you made these moves and they didn't see it coming. Even if they're doing things that are abusive and harming you, they truly believe that you still need to stick with them. You have this particular family member, they stole a lot of your blessings because they tried to block your blessings. This particular family member that stole your blessings, they're saying that you may be presenting yourself as someone who's brave because you're standing up, you're standing on business, and you're serious about going no contact, and you're trying to fight for a life that you deserve to have. But they're saying you're really someone who's in solitude, you feel lonely, you're unemployed, you're bankrupt, you're empty, you're wandering and confused, you don't know where you're going. And they're also saying that you're caught up in a lot of addictions and abuse. Spirit, can you give me more descriptions about these particular family members? Got a Scorpio, someone who's slim, family member that's slim. I got someone who's in a professional association, a Virgo, a Gen X family member, someone with dark curly hair, a boomer, someone with red wavy hair, a partner that's saying stuff, a Leo, a hobosexual. So I think with hobosexual, it's someone who you probably were in a relationship with that was a hobosexual, and they felt like you were like family to them. A Gemini, someone with dark straight hair. Spirit, are there any takeaways that you'd like to provide to pile 2? I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. What a beautiful quote. You need to open yourself up for blessings. Keep your boundaries up so that you can continue to get your blessings to flow in, because these people were trying to block you from receiving your abundance. Those are the messages I have for you, pile 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded, plus comment if any of these messages resonated with you. I offer personal readings, and the details are in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out, what is your family saying when you leave the room? You have this first family member who is someone you're supposed to learn lessons from and go ahead and move on from. This karmic family member is saying that you're trying to shape and temper your life in a way that is favorable for you. You're trying to create a community, connections, friends. And they're saying that you're being this dreamer of grand schemes because you're being cunning and manipulative, because you basically let go of your blood family to exchange it for other people, or other people to become your family. And that's a betrayal, and they feel that that's manipulative. You have this family member who they're looking to explore options and looking to figure out what methods, what manipulation tactics can we use to get a hold of pile 3. That's what I'm getting from looking to explore. This particular family member said that in the past you used to be someone who was very people pleasing. You would do whatever you could to make them happy, but it came at your expense. Now you're all of a sudden someone who's operating at like this athlete at a quick speed, where you're focused on making rapid movement in your life towards progress. You're focused on making yourself happy. They're saying that, you know, this is all undercover for you, and it's not really real. It's just a cover. You have this other family member who wants to reconcile with you because they felt like you were their soul tribe. This particular family member, they're saying that you're trying to operate like you're in this a life of cleansing and purification and discipline. Like you're trying to get everything together in your life, getting it organized, working on projects, working on your health, It's just presenting a life that looks like it's put together beautifully, right? And that's why it's saying here, you're a magician, but it's really an illusion. That's not really what you're manifesting at all. They're saying that you're operating like you're this problem solver, but once again, you're not really solving problems. It's just all fake. You have this particular family member represented by roller coaster. They're always high and low when it comes to emotions every time you deal with them. This particular family member is saying that you're presenting yourself as someone who's an influencer. You're operating like you're powerful and someone who is operating in leadership-like energy, right? Because here you're operating like you're king. You're the one that's in the authority. But they're saying that's nothing but a mask. They're laughing. They're laughing at it, saying that's funny that you're trying to be a leader when you're really not a leader. You have this particular family member. They feel like they hit a brick wall with you. Every time they try to reach out to you, you're guarded. You don't even answer the call. This particular family member, they're saying that you're operating like you're in all this growth. Everything is just coming in for you in terms of like progress. But they're saying, once again, it's just on the surface, it looks beautiful. But really, you're in this life of challenge. You're struggling. You may present yourself as someone who's goal-oriented and having courage, but that's all a front too. You have this particular family member. There's someone that you had to ghost because they most likely were very toxic. This family member is saying that you're being very strategic in the way you operate because you're not telling them your plans about what you're doing. You're trying to live this life full of celebration and passion. And you're trying to pursue and explore options and get information so you can create a better life for yourself. And you're being very strategic and quiet about it. But also I get too, they're saying that you're probably in survival mode. So all the family members are saying what you're presenting in terms of growth and progress is fake. Spirit, can you give me more descriptions on the family members that are gossiping about pile 3? I got an auntie or aunties, someone who's African American. Got family members that are Libras, have hazel eyes. They work in real estate. Friends, okay, so family members that felt like they were your friend too. They're your family and your friend. Or even friends that felt like they were your family. Pisces, someone with red wavy hair. I got Scorpio. That's on the cusp. And I have Gen Z and Grandpa. Someone with blue eyes. Someone with tattoos. Family member that's in secret society. And a religious cult I got. Spirit, are there any takeaways? I shine my light outwards for all to see. What is inside will project outwards. So if it's work that you've done on yourself to uplift you, you're going to shine bright. And people will be able to see it. That's not something people can fake. Those are the messages I have for you, Pile 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Plus comment if any of these messages resonated with you. I offer personal readings and the details are in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed your reading.